Hi, this is Denna Geek Presents The Deadcast, a weekly discussion of all things Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead. Remember, you can follow us at Den of Geek US on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, something called Periscope, apparently. I'm John Saavedra, assistant editor at Den of Geek US, and I'm accompanied by the wonderful and all-around only person crazy enough to go on this podcast adventure with me, Daniela Bondar. Daniela, are you willing to talk about The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead for the rest of your life?
I mean, I'll have to check my schedule, but I'm pretty sure that I have nothing better going on. And so, yeah, I'm here for the ride.
Are you excited for all things Walking Dead?
I'm so excited.
I think it was Greg Nicotero, who is an executive producer on both of these shows, who said that AMC's big plan is to give us dead things walking at us 52 weeks a year.
Well, they're going to succeed.
Because
now we have two zombie shows.
I'm guessing one's gonna run the summer and one's gonna run fall and spring. So literally, winter is the only time that we're Walker free.
I feel like winter has its own problems. Like, you don't need a zombie. You don't need to. Yeah.
I don't know why when I said Walker right away I thought
zombie,
of Walker Texas Ranger. Maybe like a zombie spin-off.
Zombie western.
I feel like we should quit this podcast and just pitch that to AMC.
Right.
I think we have a better future.
Like, how do you feel about a Chuck Norris Rick?
We just say Chuck Norris, and that's it. And like leave the room. Leave the room. All right. So what we're doing here, what we're going to be doing here for the next couple of weeks, or until they take us off the air, is we're just going to talk about. We're going to do reactions to the episodes of Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead. But this specific episode is kind of more of a overview, a preview episode of both shows, as they're coming very soon. Fear the Walking Dead is out on August 23rd, so very, very soon.
Very soon.
And The Walking Dead is out on October 11th, which, fun fact, is the earliest the show has ever premiered.
They don't want that gap.
I guess so. I actually think if the Fear the Walking Dead is 6 episodes, I think it's right after.
Right.
Actually,
it's probably the next.
They didn't hire me for my math skills, so I'm not even going to try to touch that one. But I think it's 6 Sundays from the premiere of Fear the Walking Dead.
Let's go with that.
It is the Sunday. It is the Sunday of New York Comic Con. So, I mean,
that might be. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Well, The Walking Dead has that big panel.
No, but I'm saying, I don't know if the premiere date... It probably has more to do with that they don't want to leave too much time.
Right, there's always a correlation, though. There's always a correlation. And by the way, if you need to look for premiere dates, trailers, yada, 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 denofgeek.us has all the coverage. We have this nice, beautiful hub for all of you, for The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead, where you can find all the information. Premiere date, trailers, casting, photos, spoilers, rumors, celebrity gossip. Who broke up with who? I'm kidding about that last one.
Is there in that hub,
paparazzi photos?
Is there like a Walking Dead fandom dating site?
There is actually.
Where,
we just started.
Either you can date Walking Dead fans.
Yeah.
Mingle.
That's actually a good idea.
Or better yet, you get to date you get to send love letters to Andrew Lincoln and Norman Reedus, and you're like, oh, I found your address on the denofgeek.us hub. No, I'm serious.
Is this a creative meeting or is this a podcast?
I'm wondering.
I think we're just.
I'm sorry.
I think we're just
getting ahead of myself.
No, yeah, I think you're divulging too much of our secret plans here.
I'm sorry. Well, I mean, I don't know.
So should we get started with some of these previews? So what we're gonna do is just kind of talk about the 2 trailers, right? We're gonna and I have some extra information that we can. Kind of get into, but we'll just kind of go off of the trailers for now.
Okay.
So let's start with Fear the Walking Dead.
Okay.
What did you think of the trailer?
I thought it was pretty cool.
The trailers premiered at San Diego Comic-Con, by the way. So.
Everybody knows that. No. I thought that it was really interesting. I think that it's cool to see a show that's going to be set in a city. I mean, we got a little bit of urban in The Walking Dead, this last season, the first season. No, but that's not
we got a bit of Atlanta.
Yeah, but it's not really by the time we saw it, first of all, it was cleared out.
That's
mostly,
true.
Or it was just
not in the
zombie-ridden.
first season.
It was zombie.
The first season there was lots of zombies.
Yeah, there's just zombie. No, I mean like
Yeah.
not like.
Yeah.
But here we have a functioning society. Or so it seems. So, I think that's pretty interesting, especially for people who are a little bit wary of a spin-off show.
Yeah, one thing that I really liked, and something that, and we'll get to the Walking Dead trailer. The Fear of the Walking Dead trailer looks scary. And I don't think anything in The Walking Dead has been very scary for a while. So that was a nice little... It seems like it's a nice little tone shift where it's back to... It's a scary show again.
Yeah, well, because The Walking Dead, we know what's going to happen.
Right.
Like, obviously, there's going to be zombies. We know what they
I
look
think
like,
they're just
or
past...
walkers,
Yeah, it's the
rather.
status quo on that show.
Yeah.
So I think that they're kind of past that. So maybe that's why they don't do so much of the scares.
Well, there's nothing...
It's just pure carnage now.
Yeah, I mean, what are they going to show us? Like... a walker popping out of somewhere, like, we know that's what they do. We see that all the time. So it's hard to make something that you're so familiar with scary again.
Yeah, speaking of walkers, I was actually surprised by how many zombies were in that Fear the Walking Dead trailer. There are tons. There are at least 6 or 7. But I you know what I think? I thought maybe it would be kind of a very slow burn, unless they're showing us stuff from the much later episodes. There's 6 episodes, so I'm guessing maybe they're showing us from like the last 3.
Yeah.
But it seems like the zombies start coming very quickly.
Yeah, but like, think about it this way. It's like, we see so many people, and we only see like maybe 5, 6, 7 zombies that's like nothing compared to what we're used to.
That's true. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, that's not scary.
But I'm still expecting at least 7 or 8 fake outs where you think, oh no, that's a zombie,
course.
and it's not a zombie.
Of course.
They're going to try that little cheap trick.
Of course, also because, like, now, like, from what we see from the trailer, the zombies are still kind of, like, human-looking.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's always going to be that, oh, is he, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that one of the things that's going to be very cool is the point where the characters start to realize that they're dealing with the undead. Like, at some point, I know... Well, it seems in the trailer that there's some kind of pandemonium, and it's because they show the whole hospital scene. They show the ambulance scene, right, where they're covering someone's corpse up. But for a fact that corpse is going to get up again.
Yeah, it's like Diary of
Oh,
the
no,
Dead.
and they show the guy on the stretcher in that video. Like, they show a video within the video about that highway thing they're showing.
Yeah.
Where it seems like that's going to be, like, a really cool sequence, actually.
Yeah.
Where they're just kind of in the car and they're stuck
like
in traffic and there's helicopters.
It's like a Diary of the Dead. Well, that, like, highway scene is, like, World War Z. Like...
Is there a highway scene in that?
Yeah, where like all
I remember
that's
that.
like one of the that's like one of the first scenes where like all the traffic stopped. That movie, I don't know why I'm bringing up this movie.
That's a cool segment to put into the podcast. What this episode stole from World War Z.
Yeah, well, that's like, yeah, that was totally like a World War Z moment. Where
I just remember
like,
zombies on a plane. That's my favorite part of that movie.
Zombies on a plane. I mean, okay, let's say it's World War Z the book, so we don't have to.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
no, but yeah. So they all stopped on a highway.
Uh-huh.
And then, like, let's say, I don't know, whatever. But
The
let's say
helicopter,
that
see the
about,
helicopter lights, which I thought was really cool.
And then whatever, and then Brad Pitt's all frantic, and he gets running out of the car, and he's whatever. So that's like that was like a World War Z moment. And then that stretcher scene is like Diary of the Dead, where they
That
see
is
like,
almost
video.
exactly
It's the
like
exact
Diary
scene.
of the Dead. Yeah. You're
That's,
right
like,
about
how they
that.
first see. Yeah.
Right, even though that's a terrible movie.
No, but
it's so bad
that's
it's
the scene.
good,
well,
but...
They're probably like, you know what, nobody's going to remember this movie because it was so shitty.
Yeah, so let's take that
So
scene.
let's take that. No, I'm kidding. They probably didn't do
sure,
that. I'm
sure.
joking.
I'm sure Mr. Romero, even though he is a zombie god,
Yeah.
probably stole that from someone.
Everyone
everyone
takes
steals that from
everything. It's
someone.
all derivative of the other.
But anyways, we're going on a tangent.
No, I mean, we're talking about the trailer.
Yeah, we're just so zombie intelligent.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to talk about is this family that seems to be at the center of the show. That was very much a big deal of The Walking Dead. How many families were there? There were 3 families by season 2, where it was Rick's family,
Rick's
Carol's family, and Herschel's family.
Yes.
There was at least 3.
Yeah.
Right, and then you also had Daryl with Merle. Was his name Merle? I forgot.
Yeah,
He's been dead
Merle.
for so long.
Merle.
3 seasons ago.
Merle. Spoilers.
Spoilers, yeah. Whoops. honestly,
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not listening to this
if
you
you're
haven't
still on
seen-
season 3.
Yeah. I just started this cool show called The Walking Dead. Have you seen it?
So I think that it's going to be interesting to see another family kind of have to deal with this thing, but we never saw a family from the very start of the outbreak
No.
have to deal with it and
No.
kind of figure it out either on their own, separated, because I'm pretty sure they're going to separate
Yeah.
this family at some point. Like, there's no way these
Well-
4 people are going to, and the characters are Travis,
Yeah.
Madison. Travis is Cliff Curtis, Madison is Kim Dickens, Nick is Frank Delane.
Yeah.
And then
Alicia.
Alicia is Alicia Demnam Carey. What else did you think about the trailer?
I don't know. Like, it's weird to watch something that looks totally different. That's supposed to be in the same family as what you're used to watching for all these
Mm-hmm.
years. So it's weird to see. Like, I wonder what's gonna happen. But I really like the idea that it's gonna be taking place. Like, it's taking place at the onset of this apocalypse, kind of.
Yeah, and what are your expectations for it? Are you nervous about the show because again it has that
Yeah.
label of
Yeah.
companion series or spin-off series.
Right.
You know, they haven't really packaged it as original series or
No, well,
anything like that. It's a
literally
companion.
spin-off. Yeah, I mean, it has the title.
I think
in the title.
I think the official word is companion
Yeah,
series.
I
That's
mean,
the term they're using.
They have the title in the title. Like, they're not even trying. But
Does that
so,
make
like,
you nervous
wait, doesn't make me
about the
nervous.
show?
I mean, it doesn't make me nervous. It doesn't make me nervous, but like, it's one of those things that it's gonna be one of those shows that you're gonna watch because you're used to watching
You want more
The
Dead.
Walking Dead.
You want more
You're used
Dead.
to watching The Walking Dead, and you're like, let me see what else is in store for this, you know.
Or see a different perspective of what's going
this
on.
world.
Also, it's a little bit of a different time, a little bit different
No, but-
time gap because it's the first 3 weeks of the outbreak.
Right, but what I'm just saying is that by default,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna watch it. Anybody who watches The Walking Dead is probably gonna tune in to watch at least
Right,
one episode of
right.
Fear the Walking Dead because you have to. You have to know like what's going on. And I think that it's gonna be one of those things where you tune in, and it's either gonna be one of those shows where you're like, oh, this is, you know, a spinoff, I don't really care about it, let me stick to the original and forget about this, or it's going to be one of those things that's going to have to be, like, entirely new and different and exciting for everyone to say, oh, I'm going to keep watching, and I'm going to completely forget that it's, like, part of the Walking Dead family. Like, it's just going to be a new, exciting show.
Yeah, and do you think the quality will be just as good?
What do you mean?
Do you think that it's a show that's going to earn its own place?
Oh. I don't know. I guess we're going to have to find out.
What?
Because The Walking Dead is, like...
Because it could
has
very
this, like-
easily end up being like a placeholder, you know? Like, it could end up being a
Yeah.
placeholder for people that need The Walking Dead,
Right,
but
yeah.
it's just not ready. You have
I
the Fear of
don't
the
know.
Walking
That's
Dead.
what I'm saying. It's gonna have to be a really good show on its own. I think it's gonna have to come up with something new and exciting and great, and everyone's gonna be like tuning in just for that show, as opposed to like, will it gain the same fame that The Walking Dead has? I don't know, but it could. I think it has the potential to be, you know, an exciting show.
Yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic
Yeah.
about the show.
I mean, for now, like, what else is there? You know, like.
Yeah, and I mean, you're right. I enjoy watching The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You know, if for nothing else, the zombie killing action.
just-
So
yeah.
the fact that there is something else coming out that's in the same universe and it's going to give us a little early appetizer, like a little tiny dose
Yeah.
of what we're going to see throughout The Walking Dead's much longer season.
Mm-hmm.
I think that convinces me to watch it, at least to sit down and watch the first couple of episodes.
Yeah, yeah. There's no reason you shouldn't. Right?
Yeah, especially me, because it's my job, so
True,
I have
but
to
if you weren't getting
watch
paid
it.
for it,
I guess I probably would still watch it.
Yeah,
But if it was bad,
come
not watch it.
no, of course
Right.
you're gonna tune in. You're curious.
Yeah,
your,
yeah.
Your curiosity is.
I
gonna
tend to try to have a healthy relationship with the things that I watch. So I don't want to, be a total masochist and just keep watching this thing,
I mean,
even if I don't enjoy it.
I feel like we all watch some.
We're all gonna watch it. The
Pretty-
point is that
yeah.
I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna
yeah,
probably watch all 6
exactly.
episodes.
Like, just say it. Yeah,
Uh,
but it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it looks great.
I'm excited.
Me too. So moving on to The Walking Dead.
Oh, The Walking Dead trailer.
And we got to talk
Yes.
about that trailer. First of all,
Let's talk about the trailer.
Did you peep Denim Geek was blurbed?
I did.
First blurb in the
I
trailer.
did.
As soon as the Hosier song starts,
The
which
Hosier.
we were is it Hosier or Hozier?
Hosier.
Hosier?
Hosier.
Hoser?
Hosier.
Hosier?
I don't know.
Maybe he's French.
I think it's Hosier.
Hosier?
It's
Hosier?
I think it's Hosier.
Hosier, okay.
Let's just say that's what the young people call him.
Right when they cue the Hosier song,
Yeah.
bam.
A Den of
Den
Geek.
of Geek.
What does it say? What does it say? A Brave New World. It is not a Brave New World. I was like, Brave New
No,
World.
an
Den of Geek.
entirely new era.
Ah.
That's actually for one of my reviews.
There you go.
My I
Congratulations,
think that was
you're famous.
my season 5 episode 1 review.
You're famous.
Season
Do
5
you remember why you wrote that?
Because I felt like it was an entirely new era.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, that didn't have like
I
a
was
really
there's gonna be this like.
Well, I woke up that
I'm
morning
saying
and,
that.
yeah.
Like, this feels different.
Yeah, no. Well, it did feel
An
different.
entirely
It was.
new era. Yeah.
That's one of the things I want to talk about before we really get into the trailer was how much more adult and violent season 5 was. So at that point, it felt like you start with you start with Rick and his group stuck in this boxcar, and they're about to get murdered and basically harvested for
Do you know
food.
that I totally forgot that that's how that season
Well,
started?
because it doesn't end anywhere near where it started.
I was like, what is this?
Well, they move a lot less in the first half of the season than they do in the second half of the season. They're on their move the whole time.
I like totally
Right.
don't, because it's like that break. There's like a
Right.
break, and that
Right.
always throws me off. Okay,
Right.
sorry. Yeah.
Well, it's those first 3
anyway.
episodes where they're in like one place, you know,
Right.
and we don't want to spoil too much because
totally
maybe
forgot.
someone that hasn't watched season 5.
They're not listening to. Don't listen to this.
Don't listen. Yeah, stop right now.
Stop listening.
Stop.
We love you, but just
Stop.
go away.
Yeah, go away. Yeah, go away. Walkers are coming. No.
They don't know what those are because they just
Oh,
haven't
damn,
watched
no.
it. Like,
Spoiler.
what are walkers.
Anyways,
People.
it's too late. We've spoiled everything. We've spoiled everything.
Everything.
But anyways, I think that the season 6 trailer looks just as violent or
Yeah.
adult, that different tone that season 5 seemed to pick up, because I still felt up to the first half of season 4 it was still just a little cartoony, like it was still a little bit more for entertainment's sake. But I feel like all of a sudden the second half of season 4 and then season 5, and I'm guessing continuing through season 6, it's this philosophical journey for all these characters, this test of endurance of how much their psyche and how much they can physically and spiritually take. So I think that's going to be one of the things, and that's one of the things that the season 6 trailer highlights, right? Where it's bloodied Rick saying, "Well, I don't take any chances anymore."
Yeah, well, but we kind of we know that already. We know. I think that the trailer was good, but it was a little lackluster because.
You think so?
Yeah, because
I thought it brought it.
No, a lot.
When I first saw it, I thought it brought it.
There's a lot of zombie action happening, right? There's a lot of cool things. It looks like there's going to be a lot of action.
Yeah.
But as far as there's no okay, clearly the whole beginning, if not the whole season, but I think probably just the first half of the season is going to deal with this idea of either the people who have just been waiting it out and the survivors. And it's going to be that Rick and his crew understand, or Rick, for the most part, understands this idea that they haven't been on the outside, these people, and they have no idea how to survive. And shit's about to hit the fan, and somebody needs to take charge and teach them how to live, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to just waiting behind in their nice little town and waiting for everything to be okay. And so we know that already from the end of season 5, and this trailer is just highlighting that it's going to be Rick versus everyone.
Morgan.
Rick versus Morgan. Rick versus it looks like it does
Rick
also
versus
look
Daryl.
it does look
Rick
like
versus
some of his,
everyone. You're right.
It does look like some of his team is going to turn on him. It does look like they're
At least
not
Daryl.
so happy.
And then you have the new character played by Ethan Embry, who he looks familiar. He's one of those guys that looks familiar, but I don't think I've ever seen him in anything.
He's been
I think he was
shows.
a teenage or child star. He was something.
No, he was in. I think he's in one of these. He's either.
He was in Empire Records. I think.
Yeah.
And he was in something else. I don't
Was
know.
he in Empire Records? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Empire Records. I don't remember him. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago. So he seems to be one of those characters that is really at odds. You know, in that trailer, he kind of speaks out against Rick, and then we see all this stuff with Morgan and all this stuff with Daryl.
Yeah.
You know, and I think just going back to what I was saying about how Rick tells Morgan at the beginning of that trailer that he doesn't take any chances anymore. That's going to be a really interesting juxtaposition with Morgan's journey. You know, which I'm
right.
which
he's like
which
a pacifist.
Right, which now he's a
Sort of.
pacifist.
All of a
After
sudden, yeah.
he wasn't a pacifist because he was like
No.
sniping
Well, he
zombies.
was he was like held up in that. He
Right,
was,
in the
like,
house
walking
with his
around.
son, and then
Yeah.
his son, spoilers, but his son got bit.
Yeah.
And then he
He
lost his
pacifist.
shit.
Yeah.
And then now he's like a samurai Yoda pacifist.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
He's the Yoda of this show now. You know, he's like
The
Zen.
Walking Dead Yoda. Yeah, I think it. I mean,
It's
I don't know.
well, we're gonna see that journey. You know,
Yeah.
Scott Gimple, who's the showrunner of The Walking Dead, has said that there will be
Yeah.
an entire flashback episode, and I believe that's either about the history of Alexandria, like who built the walls, how
Right.
that whole thing
Yeah.
happened. Because they
Well,
can
we
take
know who built the walls. It was
right, but like they're gonna
husband.
actually show it. You know, they're gonna
Oh,
show because there were.
okay.
I mean, it wasn't just Reg by himself. There were a couple of other people.
Yeah.
I believe Ethan Embry is one of the characters that helped build the wall. I think.
Okay.
So that's going to be a really interesting thing too, or we're going to see the flashback with Morgan. I'm pretty
Morgan.
sure we're going to see the flashback or that journey, or at
Yeah.
least there's going to be a Morgan centric episode
Yeah.
in the
I
first
don't know.
first half of the season where we're going to see at what point he became a stick carrying samurai
Yeah.
warrior ninja man
Yeah.
Yoda Zen.
Zen.
I'm just gonna start saying random
Thing,
words.
just say thing.
Yeah.
Yoga.
Yeah, yoga, Matt, man.
Matt. Herbal tea.
Herbal tea, yeah. At what point he became that? Because like the last time we left him, I think that might have been season 4, season
Yeah.
3,
I
early
think
season
it's been
3 or
so
season 4.
long that I don't even.
Well, remember they had like the whole radio gimmick for such a long time,
Yeah.
where it was like Rick was going to let Morgan
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
what the situation was
Right.
and where he was, so they
Right,
could
and
meet.
he was turning on the radio. Yeah.
Right, and
Which was nice. Which
yeah, that
was
was
a
a
nice thing. and
yeah.
it's
They
part
turned
of
on the radio
show.
for a while, I think.
Yeah.
They did that for a while, and
Yeah.
then they just let go of that whole plot. Oh no! Well,
No,
after they
he
saw
did-
actually
yeah,
saw
they
Morgan,
saw him.
he was like, "Okay, bye,
Yeah.
bye, Felicia."
Bye, Felicia.
Um,
Yeah. I can't. It's weird that Morgan's back. I don't know what's going on.
well,
it's
I mean,
cool.
they
I mean,
teased
why
them.
not?
They teased them what the entire season?
No.
Yeah, no, he was. He was teased all the
Oh,
way
right, he was in
the beginning of season 5. I think that was the first time they
No,
teased.
it was the second half. I think.
Was
after
it?
after the break. Yeah, because
No,
that's when,
no. Season. The first half of season 5 ends with Morgan getting to the church where they were. So they teased them all the way from the beginning
I
of
don't
season
remember.
5.
I honestly
Yeah, they
didn't
did.
even-
He had the mask on. He's walking down the rails, and he sees a sign to
So
Terminus,
when-
and then where it says sanctuary, someone had scribbled no sanctuary.
Right.
And
so when does? But then when do we? It wasn't the season 5 premiere, was it?
Yeah,
When they're in
it was the season
when
5
they're in
premiere. yeah, it was season 5 premiere where we first saw Morgan again. He was like wearing like hiking gear, and he had like a mask on.
Or was that the end of season 4?
Season
Yeah.
5 premiere. I think it was season 5 premiere.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. But anyways, it doesn't matter.
Interesting.
Morgan's
Well,
back.
Whatever. Yeah.
Morgan's back, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see those two clash because they've never actually really clashed
No, I just
because
don't,
Morgan wasn't well.
no,
so that
but
that
what-
doesn't count.
I don't get why. I don't understand why they're doing the Rick and Morgan thing again.
They've never. What do you mean,
No,
like the
'cause you had
rivalry?
Rick and Morgan once,
well, they're doing the
and then you have
rivalry
Rick and Morgan again, and now you have Rick and Morgan
because well, the
again.
way they've set it up, I feel. The way that they've always set those up, they were the original survivors. They were the ones that helped each other. So I think there's some kind of weird bond. They've both lost their wives now. So there's
Yeah.
some kind of weird bond between them that I think is going to be a major talking point in the season.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I think Morgan has handled things differently. Morgan's not
Yeah,
a murderer.
I guess.
You know, even when Morgan kind of was mentally unstable, he had all those like he had that obstacle course, but he
Right.
wasn't out to kill anyone. He was just sheltering himself, isolating
Right.
himself.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't.
While
doubt
Rick
that,
is like
yeah.
gun ho murdering things.
No, I don't doubt that he poses a nice opposition to Rick.
Yeah, it's a really good juxtaposition.
Especially
when they've gone through a lot of the same things.
in this new territory of are you
Right.
safe? Are you not safe? Like, how do you go about surviving? It's just interesting. It's interesting. I guess it's interesting the placement of it, but I guess where else do you put him, right? Like the placement, like how it's happening at this moment. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that might have some kind of basis in the comic books. I think that's the thing that they're taking from
yeah.
the comic books, and even though they stray from the comics sometimes,
Yeah.
I think that
They're
this is one of the
keeping
things that
true.
they wanted
Yeah.
to keep, where Morgan shows up
Yeah.
again.
I mean, it'll be interesting. Let's
Yeah.
see. I wonder how much of the trailer, like how much of the season does the trailer cover? Like, I wonder if this is just going to be.
I feel like it's probably like
all of this is going to happen in the first 3 episodes.
Well, I feel like that's what they did
You know?
with. I feel like that may have been what they did with the season 5 trailer, because I don't remember ever
Yeah.
seeing Beth in the season 5 trailer
No.
until she was revealed
Yeah.
that she was on the show still.
Right. So I wonder what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, it's all that action.
It's obvious
happening.
that Rick is putting them through some kind of trouble. He's putting the Alexandrians through some
obviously.
kind
Well,
of trouble.
we
He's like
see
trying
that
to push
already.
them.
Yeah.
I mean, he thinks he's doing the right thing by trying to push them to make Alexandria a lot safer, make the walls a lot safer,
Right.
train the Alexandrians that
Yeah.
are able to survive,
Yeah.
to survive. You know,
Right.
and I think that's one of the things that he's doing as the dictatorship is kind of making survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
You know, it seems that, well, it's very obvious. You see a couple of people get mauled
Right.
in this trailer, so I'm
Right.
sure that there's some Alexandrians that aren't going to be able
Yeah.
to survive.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course not. Well, they have no
Um,
skills.
Right. So I think that's the thing that he's pushing for. Like, we're going to teach them, but those that don't make it were of no use anyways. You know? I feel like that's what Rick is saying in his head. Like, as cold as that sounds, I think Rick is
Yeah.
at that point.
Well,
where
I don't.
he, first of all, he cares about his family, because he almost thought about stealing Alexandria
Right.
from
Yeah.
the Alexandrians.
Yeah.
So he doesn't care about anyone in the outside of his circle,
Oh,
the
of
people
course
he
not.
loves and trusts.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he loves them. He just,
Of course he
those
loves
those are
them.
the people he trusts.
He trusts
you
them.
know?
He loves them. They're his family.
So I think that that's something that we're going to see. You know, first and foremost, Rick putting his own family over
well,
everyone else.
Yeah, but that's
which
yeah.
is what's going to make it so interesting if Daryl and Rick clash
I wonder
as
yeah.
much as it seems
Yeah.
in that trailer. Then I mean, it's not a big clash, but it
No,
seems that
it
Daryl
just
doesn't
seems
agree
that-
with something that
It just seems that,
Rick
that
wants to do.
some people are not going to be on Rick's
Yeah,
side,
yeah.
which is interesting because they're
We're definitely gonna see some shifting allegiances.
yeah. Well, because it alluded to it last season that people are distracted by how nice it seems to be living,
Yeah.
to be alive, and to be.
Oh yeah, they
watching
have
your
the
back.
cocktail party and
Yeah.
and is it no, not Michelle, and Sasha loses her shit.
Yeah, and you're watching, but some people are distracted by that, and like they rather believe that they're safe than where Rick's always on guard and always like something's coming, like we're waiting for the other shoe to drop. And I think that some people are gonna be with him and some people aren't. I think it's gonna be interesting to see Daryl and Carol,
We haven't talked about Carol.
because Carol is obviously
Very
gonna be on
quickly,
Rick's
'cause we're running
side.
out of time,
Yeah, but Carol's
Carol-
obviously gonna be on Rick's side.
What
because she,
kind of baked goods is
Well,
Carol
she-
going to make this season?
Yeah, and what little children is she going to scare?
Yeah, what little children is she going to basically,
Yeah.
I don't even
Threaten.
know. I don't even know what that was. That was a threat.
It was a threat.
But
yeah,
I wet myself a little.
I was
watching
like,
that scene.
This is uncomfortable.
Yeah, we're talking about the scene where
yeah,
he's
where she
like,
corners the kid.
and she's gonna tie him to a tree and
I-
have him eaten by zombies, whatever
Yeah.
that is, and no one's gonna hear him scream. That was a Carol I'd never seen before, because we always thought of motherly Carol, and she was until
Well, that
like
was
the
a
whole thing
long
with
time
until the
ago.
whole thing with season 4 happened.
Yeah.
And
Bye bye, Carol.
yeah, for
Carol
sure.
needs a new name. Like
I don't-
Carol needs like Thor.
Thor, yeah,
She's
she's
not gonna
basically
name-
the Thor of this show.
She's a new-
But overall, what are your thoughts on season 6? What are your expectations? Do you think that it's going to be kind of status quo for a while? It's going to finally there
Yeah.
isn't going to be a big shift in anything.
I
It's
don't-
going to kind of ride the wave that it built
Well,
in the later half of season 5.
Yeah, I think the status quo is gone after season 5. I'm pretty sure there's no more status quo left because.
What do you
now-
mean by that?
Well, because like.
Well, there's a new status quo where they're at Alexandria, and I'm guessing they're going to stay
Yeah.
there for a while.
No, but I
Like the
yes,
prison,
that's
how
not-
the prison
Yeah,
was.
but they're not. But it's not like that because clearly there's already a divide because they went in where other people already were.
Oh, so you think they're
and they
going to be
have two different
gone? They're going to leave Alexandria
No,
within
no,
the season? Or?
no. I'm not saying that, but I'm
Oh.
saying the status quo doesn't mean that they stay in the same
They
place.
don't. Yeah,
It
don't
just
leave the
means that-
peaceful life that they
Yeah.
think they're going to live in Alexandria.
or not only that, like obviously there
well,
hasn't
there
been
wouldn't
a
be any show if there were peace, right?
Well, there hasn't been a status quo set because we don't know who's on what side. We
It
don't
does
know
end on a
who's
cliffhanger.
fighting.
You're right,
Yeah,
it
we
ends
don't
on a
know-
cliffhanger.
We don't know where if now they're going to be okay with Rick or they're not. Clearly, they're not all going to be okay with Rick. And we also
probably
don't
most
know.
of them,
We
yeah.
also don't know what it's going to be covering. Like we don't know. I don't know how much. Like, is it going to be another one of those seasons where half the season they're in one place and half the season they're walking to another place? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's going to happen? So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel.
Obviously, things are going to get shaken up because that's what The Walking Dead does. Like nothing stays silent for too long.
I feel, and just based on the comics, I won't talk about the comic plots or anything, but just based on the comics, and you can read that on the Walking Dead hub. It's The Walking Dead Season 6 news. You'll find it on the homepage of denageek.us. But just based on that, I think that there will be a little bit of a status quo, but a lot of moving pieces, as you said. I think there will be a lot of moving pieces in terms of allegiances, in terms of set pieces, in terms of the wolves, which we've never talked about.
Yeah.
But it's obvious that at least Daryl's going to run into the wolves because you see him like kind of tied up or being held against his will at the end of the trailer.
Okay.
So I think that those are probably wolves, first of all, because I can't think of any outside enemies at this point that would not be wolves. I feel like
Yeah.
that would be a disuse of random survivors outside of the walls of Alexandria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they might be the wolves. But anyways, the
Yeah.
wolves are in there somewhere. I know it for a fact
Oh,
because
obviously they're gonna
Greg
come back,
Nicotero and all of them
'cause-
have talked about it. Yeah, they're in there somewhere. And last bit, I only want to address a rumor only because I'm a huge fan of this person.
Mm-hmm.
Address a rumor. John Hamm, Walking Dead Season 6 casting news.
Oh.
Casting rumor, rather, not news.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Casting rumors.
John Hamm on The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
John Hamm, by the way, Don Draper and
I
Mad
think
Men,
everyone
which
knows
just
who
ended.
John Hamm
But anyways, in case someone on this earth, for some reason,
has never opened their
is
television.
suffering through a zombie apocalypse right
Yeah.
now and can get to a working
And they're
television.
probably also not listening to this podcast.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, well maybe we're getting through that like two-way radio that Rick
Oh,
and Morgan
okay.
have.
All right.
John Hamm on The Walking Dead. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. I feel like
I don't know. They've teased it before and
Yeah,
he like
but-
talked about meeting with
that he
Robert
would do it.
Kirkman.
Yeah, but
He said he would totally do it. Yeah.
but I feel like he's too big to be like any sort of thing on The Walking Dead.
Well, he's like a leading man.
Yeah, no, not only
But he
that,
also
like,
but he plays supporting character in almost everything.
No, I don't mean like that. I mean he's just too recognizable that like you put him in The Walking Dead, it throws off everything. Because none of those people are people that we see. Like they're not. Like now we love them and they're famous
Right.
and we see
I
them
guess there
everywhere.
weren't any famous.
No.
Only Michael Rooker, who played Merle, was the only one, but he was only like in a couple of episodes.
Yeah, and also
He's
like
Norman Reedus. Actually, Norman Reedus is from Boondock Saints, so Norman Reedus
yes,
was around too.
But
And Andrew
when did
Lincoln is that
Boondock-
one rom-com.
Boondock Saints came out
Like,
how long ago?
30 years ago. No, I'm kidding.
No,
Like-
no, a long time
like
ago.
a while
no,
ago,
it's
though.
not like a modern thing where you're
Right,
like
right.
this. John Hamm was Don Draper. John Hamm was just on television, and he's like, I mean, I feel like it would throw off the whole. I'm always very skeptical and always very wary of putting very popular celebrities into shows like these that they didn't start on because it gets weird.
My 2 cents.
You just want to see John Hamm.
I vote yes.
Yeah, because you just want to see John Hamm like in like
And yeah,
in
John Hamm in
anything.
anything. Anytime
Yeah.
John Hamm, he's in what is it? Wet Hot American Summer now.
he makes some appearance.
Yeah. He's in the.
Wet
I
Hot
think he's in the
American
trailer,
Summer.
so
Yeah,
we're not spoiling
no,
anything.
he makes an appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. That's cool. He's in everything. He appears in everything.
But like, I mean, comes
He's in
ups the value.
he's in
I love how this just turned into
John
forget
Hamm
the
discussion.
Walking
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
we have John Hamm to do it.
But then any closing thoughts?
Nope.
We're
that's
already
it.
over our 30-minute
I mean,
threshold.
yeah, well,
Everyone
Hamm-
should probably get used to it. We're going to try to go
Yeah.
for 30 minutes, but
Once the John Hamm comes out, I think
I
that's
think,
the end.
yeah, it goes on. Yeah, so, well, Daniela, I'm looking forward to going on this journey with you, on this quest,
Likewise.
finding our
Quest.
own Alexandria somewhere in the horizon
I'm
of
not
Walking Dead
sure
podcast.
That's anywhere near I want, but yes, sure. Okay.
Well, thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome.
We'll be back next week. We'll be back every week. with some
week, you know.
episode reactions, previews, maybe some podcast specials, some quick reaction of something if there's some kind of casting news.
Yeah.
But we'll be around. We'll be here for you.
I'm not going anywhere.
We'll be at Den of Geek. Make sure to check out. There's going to be a spoiler-free review of Fear the Walking Dead up. There will be a spoiler-free review, hopefully, of The Walking Dead Season 6 premiere. There will be reviews, news, blah, 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 blah. So from us to you. And if you have any thoughts, you can always hit us up at Den of Geek US, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, Periscope, every single thing that's a social media thing.
Those media things.
Things. And then, if you want to talk to me personally, again, I'm John Saavedra. My Twitter handle is John S. Jr. 9. And Daniela, you are on the social medias,
I'm on the Twitter
right?
machines at Daniela Robin. You can follow me and send me love letters if that Walking Dead dating thing never happened. No, I'm kidding. Don't send me love letters. But you can follow me on Twitter.
All right. Well, this has been the Deadcast, episode 1, the premiere.
Yes.
The preview episode.
Our premiere episode, preview episode.
Yeah. So until next time, bye, friends.
Bye-bye.